Hello, everyone, and welcome to a cold and somewhat damp Mount Michael Benedictine campus as the hometown Knights take on the visiting Cougars from Gross Catholic. Hello, everyone. I'm Sean McMahon alongside Landon Vogel, my apologies. As we set to see some action here, we're curious whether we'd get this game in or not based on the weather, but so far it's held off. Hopefully that can be the case through the next couple of hours and we can get this game knocked down. You may have just heard these starting lineups from our PA announcer, but just to run them down for you again, on the Gross side, Charles Monaco leading off playing center field, Luke Beast the second baseman, then Connor Capice the catcher, hitting in the cleanup spot Joe Meyer the first baseman, then Kyle Capici the pitcher, shortstop Ryan McElmeal bats in the sixth spot, then Riley Pearson in the seventh, the DH. Eighth hitter is Jake Skratsky, the third baseman, and batting ninth, Robbie Pekar in left field. Lucas Gwinner not in the batting lineup, but will be playing right field.
Charles Monaco.
Starting on the hill for Mount Michael today, senior Brennan McMahon, left-hander, throws a lot of off-speed, has seen this Gross team quite a bit over the past 4 years. Charles Monaco up first, drives it to center field on the first pitch of the game. Matt Collins there to haul it in for out number one.
Up for the Cougars, second baseman number 17, Luke Bees.
We are broadcasting live from the press box here at Mount Michael, so you'll be hearing the PA announcer alongside this live stream. Second pitch of the game in there for a strike. Luke Bees, the second baseman, number 17 for Gross. Brendan McMahon, the usual first baseman for Mount Michael. It's another fly ball, this one to right field, and it's hauled in there by Eric Capps. Eric Capps, not the usual right fielder. Colin Christo is typically in the outfield.
Number 2, Connor Capici.
Alongside Matt Collins and Luke Broderick, the everyday outfielders. And looks like a quick inning here for Brendan McMahon. Collins hauls it in for out number 3 as Connor Capici flies out. 3 fly balls, a quick inning for Brendan McMahon. Gets the Knights off to a good start after 1/2 inning. Gross 0, Mount Michael 0. Welcome back to Mount Michael Benedictine. We head to the bottom of the first. First chance to see the Knights offense. Matt Collins, your leadoff batter. First pitch swinging just over the first base bag and hauled in there by the second baseman. One pitch, one out.
Now for the Knights, left fielder number 6, Luke Broderick.
Starting on the mound for Gross today, junior Kyle Capisi, number 10, left-hander, so a duel of southpaws on this rainy Friday afternoon. And our first chance to see Luke Broderick, the left fielder. Luke was on the mound yesterday, took the loss against Scott Catholic, but pitched well in 4 innings. Second pitch swinging, this one out to right center, and will be hauled in there. Nothing but fly balls so far. 3 for Gross, now 2 for Mount Michael.
Now for the Knights, third baseman number 9, Eli Sirkovich.
Next up for the Knights, the third baseman, senior Eli Sirkovich, trying to get a 2-out rally going. First pitch swinging into the hole. Shortstop has it. Throw over to first is in the dirt, but picked up nicely there by the first baseman to record out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Knights. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Quick first inning, scoreless after 1. We'll be back with more action on the Mount Michael Strive Network. We head to the top of the second. Joe Meyer leading off for Gross, first baseman. And he is hit by the pitch. So the Cougars with their first base runner of the day. Meyer gets on by the hit by pitch.
Now for the Cougars, pitcher number 10, Kyle Capisi.
Brings up the pitcher Kyle Capisi. Left-hander. Keep an eye on McMahon. Great pickoff throw, and you see it there. No such official statistics kept, but I'd be willing to bet he owns the school record over his career. Just a tremendous move the left-hander has, and you see it right there. And the umpires call a balk on the play. You'll see Coach Swanson going for clarification, and unfortunately this is also something we've seen quite often with Brendan McMahon. That pickoff move is so good that sometimes it fools the umpires too. And it was McMahon getting Meyer sleeping off first base. Looked like an easy out, but that infield umpire did call the balk. So Meyer now standing on second. McMahon facing the Cougars pitcher Kyle Capisi. Thank everyone for joining us on the Mount Michael Strive Network. This was a late decision to add this game, so if you're tuning in, please share with friends. On the night side, also our friends in South Omaha who haven't been able to get out to catch it. You just don't want to brave the wet and cold conditions. Stay at home, let us show you all the action here. Big thank you to Landon Vogel and Theodore Bunawan, student volunteers helping to bring us all the action. Especially thankful to Theodore out in this cold weather. He's running cameras this afternoon. Breaking ball misses the mark. 2-1 count. This is a scrappy Gross ball club. Already have a win over some Class A competition. Got a win over Gretna earlier this year, a team that Mount Michael did not stay with. So, you know, the Cougars have good talent on their roster. These kids have been playing for a few years now. All the names very familiar tonight, fans who've been watching these two teams battle over the past few years. Full count to Capisi. See if McMahon can come up with a good pitch here on 3-2. Breaking ball, check swing. Nate Burrish collects that for the easy out. Good pitch by Brennan.
Shortstop, number 14, Ryan McElmeal.
Brings up the shortstop, Ryan McElmeal. McElmeal ended the bottom of the first inning with a good play at short. Has a runner in scoring position with one out. You see that big breaking ball there from Brennan McMahon. Doesn't have the biggest fastball, but he has the best array of breaking pitches on this night roster. Ball gets away from the catcher, Rempe. Throw to first, not in time. Missed opportunity there as McMahon strikes out McElmeal, but ball gets away from the catcher and allows McElmeal to take first. That also advances Joe Meyer to third. So instead of two out and one on, now 2 on and 1 out for Riley Pearson, the designated hitter.
DH, number 1, Riley Pearson.
Obvious running situation here with McElmeal on first, but don't discount McMahon thrown over there to first base. Ball put in play into short right, and Eric Capps makes the catch. Runner tags and scores from third base. Ball over to Eli Sirkovich at third to try and appeal that, thinking he may have left early.
Number 25, Jake Skratsky.
But the umpires say no, so a sacrifice for Riley Pearson, out number 2. Good catch out there by Capps, and McMahon has the runner off first base and gets the pickoff. So McElmeal cut down trying to steal second, but not before Gross puts 1 run on the board. The Cougars strike first. 1 run on no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. After 1.5, Gross takes a 1-0 lead. Welcome back to Mount Michael as we head to the bottom of the second. Nate Burrish leading off for the Knights. Cougars strike first in that top half of the frame, scoring a run on no hits. Runner advancing on a balk call, a bit controversial. And it was that runner, Meyer, who came in on a sacrifice fly. Ball put in play, bounces out to second base, and Burrish down on the ground out. Brings up the designated hitter, Matt Janacek.
Designated hitter number 20, Matthew Janasek.
Brennan McMahon only 16 pitches through the first 2 innings, and that run in the last inning was unearned. So far, Kyle Capisi answering the call, left-hander for Gross, has yet to allow a base runner yet today. Oh, 2 count as Janacek tries to fight his way back. Matt went 3 for 3 yesterday against Scott Catholic. See if he can keep his hitting streak alive here over the 2-game set. It's one of 3 straight games for Mount Michael. Dropped a decision to Scott Catholic yesterday, playing Gross today, and heading out to Waverly tomorrow. That will be a good challenge for the Knights. Waverly, a top 10 team. Matt Janacek swings and misses, throw down to first in time. 2 down for the Knights.
Pitcher number 3, Brennan McMahon.
5 up, 5 down for Kyle Capisi so far. Brennan McMahon will try to change that. Lefty versus lefty here. Don't know if he's watching, but Dr. Pat McMahon, I know, is on call or working this afternoon, so not an opportunity to come out and watch his son play. So, Pat, if you've got this on your cell phone as you're making rounds at Methodist Hospital, a big hello to you. Brennan McMahon, a huge Gonzaga fan. Maybe heading to that school down to Gonzaga or Creighton. There's a lot of these seniors starting to make their decisions on where they will attend college next fall. I know Brennan was heartbroken that the Zags lost that national championship game on the hardwood a couple weeks ago. McMahon grounds to the first baseman. Joe Meyer steps on first, and that is out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Knights in the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We head to the third. Gross on top, 1-0. to the third inning. Brendan McMahon starting off against Jake Skratsky. Skratsky grounds to Louis Mixon, toss to McMahon for out number 1. Skratsky was at the dish last inning when McMahon picked off the runner at first.
Left fielder, number 11, Robbie Picard.
Batting in the 9 spot for Gross Catholic, the left fielder Robbie Pekar. Both pitchers cruising so far. Capisi, 2 innings, no hits, no runs, 1 strikeout, only 16 pitches. McMahon pitching just as well. Gave up a run on a hit batter, a balk, and then a sac fly. Runner had advanced off a passed ball. One ball, 2 strikes to Pekar. Ball fouled out of play. Pekar buckled at that offering, but off the plate. 2-2. Fastball high. Full count. McMahon not afraid to throw that breaking ball in a tight situation, and you see it right there, but just misses the mark. Brennan wanted that one. So Pekar reaches base on the walk. Brings up the center fielder, Charles Monaco.
Center fielder, number 4, Charles Monaco.
Pekar staying close at first base. Well warranted. Last 2 runners on first base got caught on the pickoff move. One called a balk, controversially. Second one resulted in an out. Monaco, a 3-sport athlete for the Cougars. Missed part of the season, the football season, with an injury. Back patrolling center field for the Cougars in this spring season. Monaco takes on 3-0. Strike called. Runner going, Monaco swinging, lines out to Eli Sirkovich, and Pekar is doubled off first base. Nice double play for the Knights to end that top of the third. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. Or nobody left on base, I beg your pardon. We head to the bottom of the third. Cougars on top, 1-0. Welcome back to Mount Michael as we head to the bottom of the third. Right fielder Eric Capps leading off against Kyle Capisi. Knights still looking for their first hit of the game. Capps in the lineup with Colin Christo out. Christo, the senior outfielder, out for medical reasons for the second straight day. So the Knights will have to have some bats pick up in his absence. See if the lefty junior can get a leadoff runner on for the Knights. Ball up down the left field line. Out of play. Capps, Mixon, and Vossen set to come to the plate in this bottom of the third. And that one could be trouble. Capps lifts a soft drive over the shortstop, and that is the first hit of the day for Mount Michael.
For the Knights, first baseman number 15, Lewis Mixon.
And as Justin Vossen just clarified, it's the first hit of the day, as a matter of fact, for either team. So Capps on first for Louis Mixon, the first baseman. Back-to-back lefties for the Knights. Mixon not the regular first baseman for Mount Michael. Brennan McMahon usually patrols that position, but when he's pitching, it's Mixon or Gavin Globe typically in the game. Mixon trying to bunt, fouls it off. Connor Capisi, the catcher for Gross, so as far as I can tell, brother-to-brother battery. Two count. Mixon fouls it off. Kyle the junior on the mound. Connor, a sophomore. As Mixon swings and misses for out number one.
For the Knights, second baseman number 12, Max Vossen.
I believe it was Connor Capisi who is the punter for the Gross football team. I apologize if that is Kyle, but I think that is correct. Now batting for the Knights, junior second baseman Max Vossen. Two one. I was curious if we were going to get this ball game in today with the forecast, but so far nothing more than sprinkles. Temperature 48 degrees right now. As Vossen draws the walk. Runner in scoring position as we flip to the top of the lineup with Matt Collins.
Fielder number 5, Matthew Collins.
Matt Collins flied out to second base in his first plate appearance. 1 out, chance to drive in a run here. Swinging on the first pitch, drives it up the middle, and the Knights are going to get their first run of the game as the run comes into home plate. Capisi can't handle it, and Caps ties the game at 1. Matt Collins with the RBI single advances to second on the throw.
Fielder number 6, Luke Broderick.
And Vossen advancing to third on the play. So 1 down for Luke Broderick. Luke flew out to right field in his first plate appearance. Ball goes to the screen, and Vossen races in as the Knights take the lead. Matt Collins advancing to third base. So a chance here for Luke to extend the lead. 2-1, bottom of the third. 1 out, 1 on. Ball in the dirt. And fortunate break there as the ball hit the umpire, or might have gone to the back of the screen again. Collins, quick wheels at third, likely would have scored on that play. Instead, the count goes to 2-1. And a meeting on the mound for the Cougars. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out to the junior Luke Broderick. Matt Collins standing on third. Count runs to 3-1. Eli Sirkovich in the on-deck circle. Strike called, full count. And Broderick swings and misses for out number 2. Be up to Eli Sirkovich to see if he can get that runner in from third.
Third base number 9, Eli Sirkovich.
Ball was not fouled. Collins trying to score from third, and he will slide in safely. Good hustle by Capisi behind the plate. Got the ball to his brother, but not in time. And as you can see, the coach for Gross, Jim Hempel, is going to argue that. From our vantage point, he was safe. Got 3 people here all agreeing that he did slide under the tag. So Collins plates run number 3 in the inning. After falling back 1-0, the Knights come back in this bottom of the third and strike for 3. Sirkovich with a 1-0 count. If that name Sirkovich is familiar to our friends in South Omaha, Eli's dad, Randy, a Gross Catholic alum. Dr. C, as he is known, is also a science teacher out here at the Mount. His son Eli, a three-sport athlete, has played football, basketball, and baseball all 4 years. This is 12th semester, with the asterisk of the baseball season being lost last year, but he did play Legion in the summer, so we'll count it. Bit of a dispute on the count here. Umpires communicating. They say it's 2-1. I think it's 2-0. I don't recall a strike there, but either way, Sirkovich with the ground ball back to the pitcher, and Capisi over to Meyer at first for out number 3. But not before the Knights put 3 on the board in that bottom of the third. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Head to the 4th inning, Knights on top, 3-1.
For the Cougars, second baseman number 17, Luke Bees.
Top of the 4th inning now. Gross to the plate with second baseman Luke Bees leading off. First pitch, ground ball under the glove of Eli Sirkovich, and that's the first hit of the game for the Cougars. Luke Bees with a leadoff single. Very economical 3 innings for Brendan McMahon. 28 pitches, 18 strikes. See if Bees is leaning one direction. These Cougars do like to run.
Catcher number 2, Connor Capisi.
Brendan McMahon, the best pitcher on the Knights staff, holding runners. First pitch into Connor Capisi. 1-0. Connor Capisi, we had mentioned he was the punter for Gross. That was confirmed. Also, by the end of the year, was playing quarterback for the Cougars. Sophomore Henry Tunison started the year, was injured. Cougars went into a different mode with more predominantly running attack, and it was Connor who ended up behind center. Nice breaking ball by Brennan there. Evens it at 1-1. If you recognize the last name Bees, his older brother actually played baseball at Mount Michael not so long ago. Apparently couldn't convince Luke to follow in his footsteps. McMahon ahead in the count now, 1-2. Another breaking ball. Connor fights that one off to stay alive. Beast getting a little bit more courageous over there on first base with his lead. 2-2. Hard ground ball into the hole, and Nate Burrish can't get there. Connor Capisi with a 2-strike single. The second hit of the inning, second hit of the afternoon for Gross.
First baseman number 45, Joe Meyer.
Now batting Joe Meyer, the first baseman, was hit by a pitch and came around to score the only run of the game for Gross. But the Cougars have something cooking here in the fourth. 2 on, nobody out. Meyer trying to bunt. Fouls it back to the screen. Right in the heart of the order for Gross here. 4, 5, and 6 due up. Meyer does get the bunt down, and it's a good one. Brendan McMahon can't glove it. That's an infield single for Meyer. 3 straight hits for the Cougars, loads the bases. And Kyle Capisi,
Number 10, Kyle Capisi.
the pitcher, heads to the plate with a chance to help his own cause. Capisi flied out to shortstop in his first plate appearance, 0 for 1 on the day. RBI opportunity here. Good stop by Ben Rempe. Ball in the dirt. Not hard contact in this inning, but 3 straight soft hits. Count just the same. As the Cougars look to answer here in the fourth. If you're just joining us, scoreless through 1. Cougars scratched across a run in the second. Knights answered with 3 in the third. 3-1 your score in the fourth. As McMahon works ahead 1-2. Umpire and the Gross coaching staff exchanging some comments. Warning from Blue to calm it down.
Who'd you say this guy was on the ditch?
One-two count to Kyle Capisi. Strikeout would be big here for Brennan. Breaking pitch just off the plate. Good spot for Brennan. And it is hard to see that home plate. It's covered with dirt. Another close call. Home fans thought either of those could have been strike 3. Runs the count full. And after two close calls, Capisi draws the walk, and that will bring in Beast from third, as Gross scores their
Stop, number 14, Ryan McElmeal.
second run of the game. Tom Swanson coming out to talk with Brennan. Courtesy runner at first base is Alex Cassi.
Courtesy runner at first base, number 8, Alex Cassi.
I'm sure it's hard for you at home to see home plate, but it is covered in dirt. I think the umpire would get out his paintbrush and knock it off a little bit. But nonetheless, still nobody out. Bases loaded. Connor Capisi on third, Joe Meyer at second, Kyle Capisi at first, one run already in, and nobody out. Ryan McElmeal stepping to the dish. Oh for 1 on the day. Was caught stealing in the second inning. Check swing called strike. After cruising through 3 relatively unscathed innings, Brennan McMahon starting to throw a few more in this 4th inning as the Cougars try to go back on top. Gross 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Mount Michael 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 error. Ball low. Three one. And that is just what the doctor ordered. Infield fly. Max Vossen underneath it. As the Knights record their first out.
Designated hitter, number 1, Riley Pearson.
Riley Pearson now batting, the DH. Flew out to left field in the second for a sacrifice fly. Swinging. Brendan McMahon fields it and gets the force out at home plate. Nice play by Brendan McMahon. Especially tough play for a lefty there. It was going to be a close call at home, and Pearson is on at first, but Capisi's cut down on the fielder's choice. Another argument from the Gross coach. Saw some emotion there from Brennan. That's rarely seen.
Third baseman, number 25, Jake Skratsky.
Made a good play to get the force out at home there. Bases are still loaded. 2 down now for the third baseman, Jake Skratsky. Ball lifted to center field. Collins underneath it. Hauls it in for out number 3. Knights do give up a run in that inning on 3 hits. There were no errors and 3 left on base. Cougars cut the lead to 1, but still on top. 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the 4th on the Mount Michael Strive Network. Yeah, go ahead. Bottom of the fourth now as Nate Burrish leads off for the Knights. Nate 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out to the second baseman to start his day. Up 2-0. Through 3 innings, Capisi has given up 2 hits, 3 runs, all earned. 43 pitches, 26 strikes. Burrish 3-1 as they try to counter that run from the Cougars in the last half inning. Fly ball out to right field. Burrish flies out for out number 1.
Matt Janasek.
Brings Matt Janacek to the plate. Matt 0 for 1 on the day, struck out in the second. Swinging on the first pitch and swinging bunt. Ball gets away from Meyer at first, and Janacek will leg it out to second. Base hit for Janacek. Had a similar hit last night against Scott. Full swing, 10-foot swinging bunt. Capisi was able to field it, but threw wildly to first.
Pitcher number 3, Brandon McMahon.
So Janacek ends up on second base, E1. Now batting the pitcher, Brennan McMahon. Ball bouncing in as Connor Capisi knocks it down. One of 3 straight lefties for the Knights. Janacek, McMahon, and Eric Capps on deck. Actually 4 straight. Louis Mixon, the first baseman, in the lineup after Capps. Two balls, no strikes. 3-0. Tom Swanson with the signal. No doubt a take sign. Brennan takes second strike, full count, 1 out, 1 on. Matt Janacek with the infield single, advanced to second on a throwing error. And Capisi fights back with 3 straight strikes. 2 down.
Number 23, Eric Capps.
Eric Capps will try to drive in that run from second base. Capps singled in his only plate appearance in the 3rd inning. Came around to score in that 3-run 3rd. Capps down 0-2.
moisture? Parking lot looks damp.
Hard to find the bases. You're running around out there looking for it, trying to get there.
Caps staying alive.
Tees up some pitches.
Capisi now over 60 pitches in the ball game. Nobody up in the pen for Gross. Another foul ball. 3 straight with 2 strikes for Eric. Louis Mixon would be next. See Capisi there trying to get the mud out of his cleats. The precipitation starting to pick up here. You can see the sidewalks are turning wet. Another foul ball for Caps, 4 in a row. Showing some good moxie here, down 1-2. Now we get the umpire kicking some dirt off that home plate. One, two, the count, 2 down. Runner on second is Matt Janacek. Ball low. Breaking pitch off the mark as Caps has an at-bat going here. Fights back to a full count. 3-2, 2 outs. Matt Janacek standing on second, and see Capisi there trying to work the dirt off his cleats. That is tough for a pitcher to not have that ability to plant the foot as they take the pitch towards first, or home plate rather. You add the moisture on the baseball. We'll see Capisi can come up with the 3rd strike, and Caps with yet another foul ball. Love seeing the fortitude from the junior. I've mentioned this before, but Eric Caps, a state champion on the tennis court, number 2 doubles team with Colin Ike. He gets the ball out there to second base, and after a good battle, Capisi induces the ground ball, but a great at-bat by Caps. Out number 3 in that bottom of the 4th for the Knights. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base. After 4 complete, Mount Michael 3, Gross 2.
For the night.
We head to the 5th. Knights on top 3-2. Eli Sirkovich with the throw, and it is in time to get Robbie Pekar. Good play by Eli Sirkovich at third, and Mixon with the runner charging down first base. Stuck in there to glove it. 5-3 for out number one as we head to the top of the lineup, the center fielder Charles Monaco. Through 4 1/3, Brennan McMahon 53 pitches, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 2 base on balls with 1 strikeout. Monaco shoots it straight up. Max Vossen underneath it. Gets the catch. Smiles all around. Between him, Burish, and Sirkovich, it was a question as to who would haul it in, but Max Vossen
17, Luke Bees.
hauls it in. 2 quick outs for Brennan McMahon brings up the second baseman Luke Bees. Singled in his last at bat, 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored. Be nice to see McMahon get through this inning. Not throwing many pitches. As we're working in the 5th here. 3-2 Knights on top if you're just joining us after a Friday day of work. Hot shot, Eli's got it. Sirkovich over to first, and a quick inning for Brennan McMahon and the Knights. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Head to the bottom of the 5th. Knights with the 3-2 edge. You're watching baseball on the Mount Michael Strive Network. Welcome back to Mount Michael Benedictine High School as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Knights on top. 3-2. The leadoff batter is Louis Mixon, the first baseman. Louis, first pitch swinging. Gets it out to McElmeal, and the shortstop can't glove it. Error on the shortstop allows Mixon to give the Knights a leadoff runner.
Second baseman number 12, Max Vossen.
Brings up the 9-hitter, Max Vossen. Max 0 for 0 on the day, walked in his one and only plate appearance, came around to score the 3rd run of the game for the Knights. Throw down to first is wide, and Louis will advance to second base. Good heads-up play there by Mixon as Capisi threw down to first. That's the second throwing error of the inning, or second error rather of the inning for the Cougars. Capisi tried to throw down to Meyer. Throw was off, and Mixon now in scoring position. 3 errors now for the Cougars in the game. Matt Collins on deck, followed by Luke Broderick and Nate Burrish. If we get that far. Strike call. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rain is continuing to fall here. Swinging for strike 3, but Vossen hustling down, not in time. Good play by Capisi to record the out. Vossen down on strikes for the first out of the 5th. Brings up Matt Collins.
Center fielder number 5, Matthew Collins.
Collins 1 for 2 on the day, singled in the 3rd inning, drove in a run. We'll have a chance to drive in another run here as Mixon advances to 3rd base on the last play. I beg your pardon, Mixon was on 3rd already. Getting confused here. Nope. Reached on an error, got to 2nd base on the 2nd error, and now to 3rd base on the throw down to 1st. So Louis Mixon standing on 1st, or 3rd. Somebody help me. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. RBI opportunity for Matt Collins. If you're just joining us, Kyle Capisi has gone the entire way on the mound for Gross. Brendan McMahon the same for Mount Michael. But as the field gets wetter, we've seen Kyle trying to get the dirt off his spikes. Count now 3-1. Broderick on deck for the Knights. Collins fouls it off, runs it to a full count. And Capisi gets Collins to swing through for strike 3.
Left fielder number 6, Luke Broderick.
It'll be up to Luke Broderick to see if we can get in that runner from 3rd. Breaking ball in for ball 1. Broderick 0 for 2 on the day, flew out in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd. Called strike. 1-2. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Louis Mixon at 3rd base trying to get in for the 4th run of the game. Ball in play up the middle, and Luke Broderick with an RBI single.
For your Knights, 3rd baseman number 9, Eli Slurkovich.
So Luke Broderick comes through with a 2-out base hit to extend the lead to 2. Eli Sirkovich now batting. Eli 0 for 2 on the day with 2 groundouts. Knights with a little bit of breathing room as they extend the lead to 4-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. Broderick takes 2nd, throw over to 1st, had him off the bag, but Broderick speeds down and count the stolen base for Luke. Puts a runner in scoring position for Sirkovich. Nate Burish on deck if Eli can extend the inning. Eli swinging at the breaking ball. Thank you to everyone for joining us on the Mount Michael Strive Network, our second baseball broadcast of the year after live streaming yesterday's game against Scott. If you're just getting home from work, didn't know the game was on the air, please let all your friends know from the Gross community and the Mount Michael community, as we've got a tight one going here in the bottom of the fifth. Knights on top 4-2. Another curveball to Eli, this one put in the parking lot. Eli lays off the high stuff, runs the count to 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We start to see the action heat up in the Gross bullpen. Ball high, runs the count full. Riley Pearson in the bullpen, if I can see the number correctly. Capisi starting to near 90 pitches. Fouled off by Eli to stay alive. Capisi has been solid, but that pitch count's starting to run pretty high for the junior pitcher. Full count to Eli. Ball is low, and Broderick trying to take third, throw into left field, and that's going to score another run. Luke Broderick forces the throw down to third, and that is the third error of the inning for Gross, and it's costly as Broderick comes around to score.
Shortstop number 7, Nate Burish.
Eli stays at first, brings up Nate Burish, and draws the Gross coaching staff out to the mound here. 89 pitches for Kyle Capisi through 4 2/3. Four hits given up, 5 runs, 3 of those earned. Walk 2, has 6 strikeouts. So Knights on top now 5-2 if you're just joining us. Gross struck first in the second inning to take a 1-0 advantage. Knights came back in the third with 3. Gross answered, cutting the lead to 3-2 in the fifth. Knights have scored 2 now here in the bottom half of the fifth. And Capisi will stay in the game, but he's working on those spikes, trying to get the wet dirt out of that left foot, which as a left-hander is his plant foot when he's on the mound. Meanwhile, Brennan McMahon trying to keep his arm warm in the night dugout. No doubt we'll see him back on the bump in the 6th. We're back in action with Nate Burish. Good stop by Connor Capisi. That ball was well in front of the plate. Keeps Sirkovich at first. Kyle Capisi, the junior, Connor Capisi, sophomore catcher, also pitches for the Cougars. Nate Burish down the left field line, and that one will not be caught. Gets behind the left fielder, and Eli is turning third, and he will be charging for home. Relay to the plate, and he is safe at home, out at third. But Nate Burish drives in the run, so add another to the tally for the Knights as they score 3 runs in that inning. A single for Burish. Tried to advance to third. Capisi cuts him down at third, but not before the Knights add to their lead. At the end of 5, Knights now 6, Cougars 2. We'll be back with more action on the Mount Michael Strive Network. Head to the 6th inning. Mount Michael up 6-2. Brennan McMahon still going strong. The catcher Connor Capisi leading off for the Cougars. Brennan McMahon, 5 innings pitched. Has given up 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Pitch count at 58 and counting. That one hit deep, and it will bounce to the fence. Collins retrieves it, and Capisi will be into second for a stand-up double. Hardest ball we've seen hit today as Capisi goes to straightaway center field and bounces it to the fence.
45, Joe Meyer.
Leadoff runner on for the Cougars here in this top of the 6th. Brings up the first baseman, Joe Meyer. Meyer was hit by a pitch in the 2nd, singled in the 4th. Officially 1 for 1 on the day with a run scored. We saw Capisi, the pitcher for Gross, battling the elements a bit. See if Brennan McMahon can handle the adversity here as we start the 6th. And the ball is behind Rempe. Capisi advances to third. Rempe couldn't find the ball. Capisi thought about trying to take 2 bases. Decided discretion was the better part of valor, so he now stands on third, nobody out. Any catcher who's played that position, that is a tough spot when you don't know where the baseball is, and everyone in the field and the stands is yelling at you, pointing to where it's at. So Meyer trying to bring in Capisi from third. 2-1 count. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away, and Capisi will slide in. After the leadoff double, a couple pitches in the dirt allows Capisi to slide in for the first run of the sixth. Now 6-3, Mount Michael on top. Two balls, two strikes to Meyer. The base is now empty. See Brendan McMahon kicking the back of the mound there, trying to scrape off the dirt from his spikes. I think you're going to see some breaking ball action here. Meyer with the foul ball out of play. Count remains 2-2. Brendan's pitch count at 65 now. Fastball is just high. Check swing by Meyer. Aluminum catches rawhide, so Meyer stays alive. Cougars trying to rally from a 4-run deficit here in the top of the sixth. Breaking ball misses. Rempe squeezes it, and that is out number 1.
Pitcher, number 10, Kyle Capisi.
Second strikeout of the day for Brennan. Now batting the pitcher, Kyle Capisi. Fastball in there for strike 1. Beg your pardon. Call the ball. Ground ball out to Vossen at second, over to Mixon at first, and Capisi grounds out for out number 2.
Shortstop, number 14, Ryan McElmeal.
Ryan McElmeal walks to the plate. Shortstop flew out to second base in his last at bat. Swing and a miss. If McMahon can get an out here, I think that would all but assure that he would be back on the mound for the 7th inning. We'll see what Coach Swanson has in mind on a cold and rainy day. Knights will not have the services of Luke Broderick, Quinn McMahon, or Eric Capps out of the bullpen. All pitched yesterday and are not eligible to pitch today. From our vantage point, we can't see the bullpen for Mount Michael, so unsure if anyone's warming up down there. But Brennan still in pretty good straits here. So he approaches 70 pitches on the day. Full count here with 2 outs to McElmeal. And Brennan McMahon with a big pitch there strikes out McElmeal to end the 6th inning. In that half frame for the Cougars, 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors. Nobody left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Night 6, Cougars 3.
Cougars in the 6th.
Welcome back to Mount Michael as we head to the bottom of the 6th. A new pitcher for the Cougars is Riley Pearson. First pitch swinging for Janicek, singles to left center. Matt now 1 for 2, or 2 for 3 rather, on the day. 2 singles.
3, Brennan McMahon.
As Matt has been swinging a good stick here the past 2 days. Pearson, the designated hitter, now on the mound. Kyle Capisi ends his day. 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, gave up 6 runs, 3 of those earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 92 pitches. As Capisi moves to left field, Robbie Pekar now in right field, your defensive replacements for the Cougars. Janicek, McMahon, Caps, and Louis Mixon, your scheduled hitters here in the bottom of the 6th. Brennan McMahon 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded out to third in the 2nd inning, struck out in the 4th. McMahon, if you're interested, through 6 innings, has thrown 74 pitches. He's given up 5 hits, 3 runs, only 1 earned. Be interesting to see if Coach Swanson brings out Brennan in the 7th. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Ball in the dirt. Janicek hustles down to second base. Pitcher looking for catcher or batter interference on that as Connor Capisi went to throw, but McMahon was slightly in the way, but umpire says everything was just fine, so Janicek now down to second. And Brennan out to second base. Should be an out. It is. And Janicek advances to third.
Right fielder number 23, Eric Caps.
So 1 out now for Eric Caps with a runner on third. Looking for a ground ball as the infield now draws in with a 3-run deficit in the bottom of the 6th. Caps 1 for 2 on the day, singled and scored in the third. Had a great at-bat in his previous plate appearance. Fouled off, I believe it was 5 pitches before grounding out. See if that ground out can happen again. That would score a run here. This Caps looks at strike 2. Fly ball or a ground ball to the right side should get Janacek in from third. Just can't get a strikeout here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 6-3 bottom 6, 1 out. Runner on third. And here we go with Caps and the foul balls. He stays alive with the 2-strike count. This is one of 3 straight games for the Knights. Lost to Scott last night as Caps goes down on strikes. Gross game tonight. Scheduled to play Waverly at Waverly tomorrow.
Baseman number 15, Lewis Mixon.
Louis Mixon strides to the plate. Reached on an error last inning. Foul ball, strike 1. Reached on an error, advanced to second on another error. Over to third on a wild pitch and scored. The first of 3 runs in that 5th inning. Louis Mixon officially 0 for 1 on the day. Louis hoping to join the ROTC program at Creighton next year, like his older brother, Luca, who played baseball here 4 years ago. It's his senior year. And Louis swings through for strike 3. Pearson with 2 strikeouts in the inning. The Knights go scoreless on 1 hit. There was no errors and 1 left on base. Head to the 7th as the Knights have McMahon back on the mound, 3 outs away from a victory. We'll be back with that 7th inning on the Mount Michael Strive Network.
For the next number 1, pitcher Riley Pearson.
Head to the top of the 7th. Riley Pearson came on to pitch in that last half inning. He will lead off the top of the 7th as Brendan McMahon tries to shut down the Cougars with a 3-run lead. Mount Michael has lost 4 of their last 5 games, including 2 in a row, to Gretna and Scott trying to get back on the winning track today. Knights 6-7 on the year, trying to improve to 500. And Brennan McMahon with 77 pitches now. I know Coach Swanson would love to get a complete game effort here. Save the rest of the pitching staff for tomorrow's game against Waverly. It's Pearson, Skradsky, and Pekar, the scheduled batters for the Cougars, 7, 8, 9 in the lineup. 3-1 count as Pearson tries to get on board. Cougars need runners. And Pearson draws the base on balls. Pinch hitter Alex Cassi. Pinch hitting for Skradsky.
Great, Alex Cassi.
Do believe we have a courtesy runner over there at first base. Nope. I'm being told that is not the case. It is Pearson, the pitcher. Tom Swanson out to talk to Brennan and Ben Rempe. And Coach Swanson's going to leave Brennan out there with nobody down and one on. Brennan's pitch count climbing above 80 on a cold and wet Friday afternoon. Hope all of you who couldn't make it to the ballpark are staying warm and dry, catching the action here on the Mount Michael Strive Network. A big thank you to Landon Vogel producing the game, our student volunteers, and Theodore Bunawan, who has the real tough job. He's outside in the rain behind the camera. Could certainly understand if Brennan's starting to run out of gas as he climbs above 80 pitches through 6 innings. Good stop by Ben Rempe there. And we may be looking at the last batter for Brendan McMahon if Cassi draws the walk here. That pitch in for a strike. Knights trying to record an out or two here at the bottom of the lineup, try to prevent them from flipping to their better hitters, but that's ball number 4 to Cassi. Back-to-back walks for McMahon puts 2 on, and that's going to end the day for Brennan McMahon. You can see the senior is disappointed. He wanted to finish this one out. Seems to be losing a bit of control here in the 7th inning, and I think Brennan McMahon is going to move over to first base as Louis Mixon heads to the bench. Charlie Janicek will come in to take Nate Burrish's spot as Burrish will head to the mound and try and close this thing out. I want to thank everyone for joining us today on the Mount Michael Strive Network. In this year of the pandemic and restrictions on capacity, we've been able to bring you sports in all 3 seasons. This is our 2nd baseball broadcast of the year. Once again, big thank you to Landon Vogel and Theodore Bunawan. And we've got some drama here in the bottom or top of the seventh.
Left fielder, number 11, Ronnie Picard.
Robbie Pekar will stride to the plate. 2 on, nobody out. Nate Burrish now in charge of shutting down Gross as the Cougars try to walk away with a win here. The Knights, rather. Beg your pardon. And Burrish starts off with a strike. And Pekar lines out to Vossen to second and a double play. Good heads-up play. Max Vossen snags the line drive. Eli covers second base as they double up the Cougars. And a big play there as Pekar
Center fielder, number 4,
hit it on the button. It was Pearson doubled off second. 2 outs now for Charlie Monaco, the center fielder. Cossey remains at first. Defense has been solid for the Knights today, only 1 error. Gross with 4 errors. And the Cougars are down to their last out. 1 on for Charlie Monaco. Three balls, 1 strike to the center fielder, Charles Monaco. Ground ball foul. And the Cougars are down to their final strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Cossey will be running from first. Nate Burrish right down the pike, but Monaco just gets a piece of it. Hits it to the dugout fence for the visitors. And Cossey will be running again. Breaking ball called, strike 3. Gutsy pitch on the full count, and Nate Burrish puts out the fire. And the Knights will win. Mount Michael improves to 7-7 on the year, breaks a 2-game losing streak.
The Cougs get no runs on no hits. There were no 9 errors and 1 man left. That's the final, folks. Thanks for coming out to the ball game.
And you heard it there. Knights 6 runs on 6 hits with 1 error. The visiting Cougars 3 runs on 4 hits with 4 errors. Want to thank all of you for joining us on the Mount Michael Strive Network. Grateful and thankful to bring you all the action here. And on a cold and wet Friday afternoon, the Knights are a winner. Have a warm and dry Friday night, and we'll see you down the road here on the Mount Michael Strive Network. For Landon Vogel and Theodore Bunawan, I'm Sean McMahon, wishing you a great Friday night. Go Knights.